to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lock Shop. I hope this sounds good. We set it up last second. I totally forgot when I said I did the Lock Shop from home today that my desktop computer is completely screwed up. So on the iPad today, and it would be on my laptop that I usually use, but it's not picking up microphones properly. So yeah, I'm chilling in the basement. We got Lock Shop. Hustle's gonna be joining us right away. He's pre-taping something else for Winnipeg Sports Talk, so he's gonna be coming up in just a little bit. 780-218-9999. You can text us anytime. We'll get to a few of those text messages. I would have just straight up told Maddie to do the Lock Shop today, but I refuse to continue to take the heat. So I decided to get this one. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Elizabeth's not feeling well. She's upstairs. We were just watching Zootopia. Have you seen Zootopia? I fell asleep for part of it. Yes, I dozed off at like 10 o'clock in the morning. But I have to say that Zootopia is pretty funny. I'm gonna have to rewatch it a little bit later on. Got the super wide cam going too as well on the iPad. I didn't know you could have multiple different cameras looking this way on the iPad. So yeah, there's a bunch that we can get to. Duck Dad says Zootopia wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I didn't know it was Jason Bateman. I heard the voice of the fox. And I'm like, that sounds familiar. And I was like, I think it's Bateman, and I like Bateman. So that's good. El Presidente says he wants to get the Lock Shop into the Estes. Hey, man, somebody's got to do it. Everybody else is trying to. Everybody else is pretending to. Why is my hat? Does my hat look crooked to anybody else? This is driving me nuts. Everybody else says they're trying to get the Lock Shop into the Estes, but who's really trying to get the Lock Shop into the Estes? This guy right here. So yeah, I'm trying to grind my way into it. We'll get to Monday Night Football. We'll get to the NHL slate. If you have anything that you want to get us on, hit us up over on YouTube. Hammer the thumbs up if you were watching right now on YouTube. That would be great. We'll get into that. Got one EST special up already. I didn't have a chance to check out the Hangout today, so apologies. I don't know anything that happened on the Hangout today. I was here at home, but early bird bet is up. We've got the Patriots to win. Travion Henderson, anytime touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, over 3.5 receptions. That's 4+ receptions. It is at plus 185 if you want to get that over at Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca, click on EST specials, or download the Play Alberta app. And the Play Alberta app will get you to the same spot as well. I've got an email out to see if the codes have been reloaded for December. Should be, I would think EST Sports has been reloaded. I haven't had time to check it myself. If you have tried to reload that and it worked, let me know. EST Sports, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. And of course, use your game sense when you are playing at Play Alberta or playing anywhere, really. I mean, I see game sense at a bunch of casinos around town as well. You just don't want to get on over your head. So use your game senses both when you're putting together your plays, but more importantly on how much you are wagering along the way. 83 Runner says it's been a long time since we've been in Dusty's basement. I know. And this is it's been a long time. I used to sit here and do the Lock Shop every single day for years. Hustle and I did it for years. Here in the Lock Shop. Duck Dad says, gutsiest performance of the year, delivering leans and parlays for us while taking care of a sick kid. This is a contender. Here's the thing. Elizabeth pretty much takes care of me. I mean, she is not feeling well. She's not like puking sick, but she's got a fever and everything. But she still kind of has it together more than Daddy does, even on days like this. Matt Hyman says, how many of those books has Dad Dusty actually read? What's the over-under? Yeah, we haven't done a book check-in in quite some time. Even if Huston show up today, I could pretty much just show you my basement. Actually, I guess I could show you my basement. I've got the iPad. It's mobile. Who wants a tour of Dusty's basement? I don't think I've ever done that. I could do that if you wanted. Let me know. Hit me up in the chat. Take this to a whole nother level. That's the crack pack desk over there. That's where I do all the crack packing, which is why I've been doing one lately, because usually I run a HDMI cable to this desktop computer, but the desktop computer won't even start up right now. So, but as for these books, LeBron, I read that. Didn't read the code. Did read this Forrest Griffin book, actually. The Forrest Griffin book was pretty good. It's Me. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. It's Me, The serial killer you've never heard of. I actually did read this. I forgot about this one. This is Edward Wayne Edwards. He puts himself into, he frames people and puts himself in the case. This is a pretty good one, actually. This is a good book. If you want to read a book, that's a good book. He popped up at the Making a Murderer guy's trial. And people were like, it might be Edwards. Patrick Wall, I read that. Cold War, I read that one a long time ago. Anyway, you want to tour let's do basement tour here. We've never done this before. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, not the best way to give a tour of the Nielson basement, but I will. Here's my wall of my best cards. I've got them set up right there. That's my LeBron PSA 9, my Gretzky PSA 4, Connor McDavid 9.5, Ovi 9.5, Marshall's first card. That's a Mario PSA 8, Patrick Waugh, my man Saku Koivu. What else do we got here? Huss isn't connected yet, no. All right, we've got Matty Stairs, another LeBron. This is 2019 Topps Living UCL Gem Mint of Lionel Messi. Some more of the kids. This is an Edwin Encarnacion signed baseball and a Joe Carter signed baseball. So I've got those two there. That's a nice OV, actually. This is my biggest Trevor Lawrence card. Where is it here? Hang on. I'm getting this thing mixed up. Anyway, this right here is my biggest Trevor Lawrence card. This one I regret purchasing. I'll tell you that right now. Don't know if you can really see. What else do I got here? Signed Doug Flutie ball. That's my guy. Full Doug Flutie flakes. Those are Flutie flakes. It still has the cereal inside it. So there's that going for you. This is a bunch of Funko Pops that people like to get me. This is the very first piece I ever got collecting-wise. It's when they shut down the Forum in 96. That was pretty cool. So that was, my parents got a nice sort of coating on it. So that's pretty good. What else do we got here? This is the first hit. This was from Pro-Am. This is the first hit in Blue Jays history. That's a signed Koivu stick up here. Right there, Saku. This one, actually, I should probably do better with. This here is a signed Wayne Gretzky stick that somebody got from Gretzky camp. And St. Albert Rob donated this because he went to Gretzky camp. I went to it. So he donated to me. I took it to a Dirty Birds charity event and donated it. And then I bought it back because I had to have it. It's supposed to be up there, but it hasn't been staying. So anyway, I think Huss is ready. So that's part of the basement. I won't give you the full tour today. We'll save that for next time. I'm at home looking after the kids. But, oh yeah, the Pop-Tart jersey. This is from my world's longest hockey game. That's one of the ones I played in. That's me and Yanni Nieneman, my buddy Matty. But that was my nickname in the game. So that's part of Dusty's basement. That's just kind of the office area. I got a ton more shit on the outside there, but there you go. Pender's Pancake says, where's the Richer rookie card? Yeah. Actually, I do have a Richer rookie card because I've got every hockey card that was made in the 80s. And so, yeah, I would have his rookie card. All right. We got Huss. Is Huss good to go, Trev? If Huss is good to go, we can slide him in here. Huss says he's good to go. Huss, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Not much. I enjoyed the story time. Let me go. I've got a Patrick Mahomes pop guy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Funko Pop. Yeah.
Or whatever the hell these things are. As Mahomes on it, I'll get it. I just got into the feeling. You got some treasures in there.
Yeah, well, this is just the office. Actually, let me show you this one, Huss. You'll like this one. This one's pretty sick, actually. This is still just in the office. I'm not going to go out to the rest of the basement today, but this here, signed Doug Flutie, Darren Flutie, after the Hail Mary, Boston College.
No way.
That's pretty slick. Eh? That's a big one, too. That's like a 16 by 20. That's one of my favorite pieces, too.
That's the thing about those dinners. You know, we get invited to go to them quite often. We'll go there and do stuff, and then oh, great. Thanks very much for the ticket. I appreciate it. Oh, I just dropped $1,300 on whatever it is.
You know what? It's funny you say that because in Fort Mac. I was working in Fort Mac, and the Oil Barons had this big banquet, and they brought Jeremy Roenick up, and he was kind of the host, and it was a good time. One night in my life, I got to party with Jeremy Roenick, and it lived up to the hype. It was a lot of fun. But so I come back. Tammy and I had just started living together, and we were in Fort Mac, and I got into it pretty good at this Fort Mac point. And I come walking home, and I've got a signed Alexander Ovechkin jersey and a photo of the 55-56 Habs signed by like the Richards and Belleville. And I come and I'm hammered and I'm coming up. She goes, "What is going on?" And I'm getting out of I was getting out of the cab because I had to take a cab because I was carrying this stuff. And I open up the door. She opens it up. I said, "Keep the door open. I got to go get my stuff." And I ran back to the cab and I unloaded this Ovechkin jersey and this photo. And I think it was at that moment she knew what she was getting into from a collector's standpoint. And yeah, that was a good one. That was a lot of fun.
How was the weekend?
It was good, man. It was nice being home again, coaching basketball, hockey. It was busy. Put up the Christmas tree yesterday, which was a lot of fun as well. So didn't dabble as much football on Sunday as I would have liked to. But obviously it's following along for bets and fantasy and stuff like that. So Spite League, because there's so many teams in Spite League, week 14, the top seed in each division gets a bye. So I was playing the other guy in my division. We're both 8-4. Right before kickoff yesterday, I took out Bryce Young and I put in Aaron Rodgers. And I ended up losing by like 14 points. Rodgers, I think, got me 0, and Bryce Young threw for 3 touchdowns. So now I have to play this week, which is fine, but Bryce Young's actually on bye. So I'm hoping Jaden Daniels comes back, or else I'm screwed at quarterback. So that was a big-time backfire, man. That one hurt.
Yeah, the entire week was bananas. Like the amount of upsets. I mean, dating back to Thursday. I mean, the Turkey Day games, and the Friday game, the Black Friday game, all outright wins by underdogs. I looked yesterday. I'm in a pool with like 100 people. It's just a pick 'em. Just pick whoever wins every week. At the end of the late games, 8 wins was the number. That
on just a pick'em pool. Oh my God.
Like not spreads, just wins. Well, I mean, let's go through this. Packers underdog win, Cowboys underdog win, Bengals, the Bears, which was wild. I mean, we can get into Philly and what's going on with them. Niners were a favorite, they won. Jags won, and I was off on that one. I figured of all the weeks for all these bad teams to be winning, Titans still.
The one time I don't ride with the Jags. Come on, man.
Texans won as a road underdog in Indy. Backdoor cover by the Saints really pissed me off, but that's neither here nor there. The Jets get their 3rd win of the season as a dog. Tampa wins but doesn't cover. And then the game you just mentioned, I mean, you want to talk about a shocking result.
Yeah.
The Panthers beating the Rams at home. And, listen, the Seahawks are now tied with the Rams at the top of the division. You've got the Niners just 1 game back. The Steelers, you probably didn't see the start of the second half of the Bills-Steelers game yesterday.
No.
But, I mean, they are up 7-3, getting the ball, and they have a turnover, goes into the end zone like 20 seconds in. They all of a sudden lose the lead. And then it was like a snowball rolling down the hill. Like just a disaster of a second half. I don't need to tell you about Aaron Rodgers' numbers yesterday. You saw them. Chargers end up getting it done. And then the game of the week was the Sunday Nighter last night.
Yeah, it was the thriller, wasn't it?
An amazing game. It was really choked. Washington couldn't have gotten that win. Ballsy play to go for it with a 2-pointer. And I think we'll probably see that more often than not. With the 10-minute overtime, if you're probably not getting the ball back, when there's 2.5, 3 minutes.
You take your crack at winning it as opposed to losing it on a field goal anyway 3 minutes later. Like
exactly, and just being tied. But I thought Mariota was great, and that play by Benito, I mean, was huge. And, they kind of broke it down. They had a wide open guy for a touchdown. They just need to get it through. But man, they got the pressure on Mariota, got the ball touched, and that was that. So, I mean, the Broncos win another. I mean, I'm not going to say an unimpressive win because they did do some nice things. But I mean, Bo Nix in the second half, I mean, through one of the worst picks.
Yeah, that was awful.
All season. I mean, there was no receivers around there. It's like he thought Bobby Wagner was like on his own team or something like that. Like, it was really, really bizarre. But credit to them. I mean, they're 10-2 right now. They got it done, and we are ready for a very, very interesting week. We had an awesome Thursday nighter this week with
yes, we do
Lions, and some other pretty significant games when it comes to inside the division. And I mean, a Sunday nighter next week with the Chiefs playing for their lives against the Texans team that looks I'm freaking out already about this game. It's Monday. I got to do this for 6 days. Chiefs could be without their top 2 tackles going up against the Texans. I mean, it could not be.
That's really bad.
You know
That's
what?
really bad. But
all those 11 wins by 1 score last year, like it's just the pendulum's going to the other side, and bad luck, bad timing, and But Mahomes is going to have to be like the greatest version of himself on Sunday night to win this.
Like he's going to have to go win that game for them, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and probably have to run around like he did in the Super Bowl against Tampa, where he set an all-time record for yards run around behind the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, I don't know. But on a positive note, both our hockey teams won on Saturday.
Yeah, that's nice. A tidy win for the Oilers. What we like to say in the city, a professional road win, a professional job getting it done. Shutout, Stuart Skinner. Shutout? Second shutout of the year, actually. And then Hyman, Nuge, McDavid, Draisaitl. Like the big boys sort of stepped up and contributed in that one, which I think was important. And now the Oilers, we were talking about this morning, and we'll get to the Monday nighter. I'm going to give Huss a couple of shout-outs on the NFL thing, too. I want to get to that Minnesota-Seattle game at some point. But from Oilers' perspective, Huss, you play one of your better games of the year. Now you get 5 in a row at home. And they've played twice as many games on the road as they have at home. Like, they haven't had a chance to really settle in much at home. So they got 5 in a row at home. Then they go 5 in a row back out east before Christmas. And then half their road games are already done by Christmas Day. They've already played half the road games. Second half of the year, much better schedule. But this is an important homestand for these guys. Like, you're sitting here, you can't find a way to put together any sort of consistency. You get this great win, one of your best and most complete games of the season. Now you come home tomorrow. They get Minnesota 8-0-2 in their last 10. Not going to be easy. Jesper Wallsted's been a wall right now. But then after that, it's Seattle again. It's the Jets on Saturday, so we can get to that as we work our way through the week. And then they get Buffalo, which they should be looking for revenge because they had just an awful game when they were in Buffalo a while ago. And then Detroit. So it's not like this crazy homestand where there's a bunch of juggernauts rolling in. So a chance to really get some momentum. And I think a lot of people in City, no matter how the season's gone so far, kind of believe that this could be a turning point for the year. If they can, like, let's say, win 4 of the next 5 at home, that'd be big for them. So a little bit of positivity, but every time we've gone on the show, and that's why I didn't do it this morning, like a few other times, they've had probably 5 or 6 games this year where, like, oh, they look like a really good hockey team again. After a lot of those, we go on the air the next day and we're like, they're back, baby. They're back. And every time we say they're back, they completely blow it the next game. So I tried to pump the brakes a little bit on that, especially with Minnesota coming to town. But still, when you've had the season that you've had, you got to take some positives. And positive was their penalty kill went 6 for 6 in that game. They took some stupid penalties, but they killed it off. Their power play was 2 for 2. So they dominated special teams and came away with a pretty convincing victory, man. So that was a positive sign for that group over the weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Jets have never needed one more than they did on Saturday. And again, you're not planning any parades for beating the Nashville Predators, who are the worst team in the NHL right now. But when you go through a period like the Jets have in November, and you're doing it without Connor Hellebuck, and no one outside the top line has seemingly scored in 3 weeks, find a way. And Cole Perfetti scored. I mean, that is massive for him. He's been really, really quiet since coming back from injury. Niederreiter got on the board. And the one constant through all this is the Jets' top line has been unreal. It's just that they have not had any help whatsoever. So I mean, this is a tough. When do you guys play? So it's Monday against. Or
No, today's
tomorrow
Monday.
against
It's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday for their next 5.
That's not a great spot for Winnipeg because the Jets are playing at home on Friday night.
They play Friday night at home? Okay, so they're coming in second half.
They're going to be
back.
coming in. That'll be a late flight. That'll be no morning skate. That'll be getting ready for it. So just looking, I was thinking that would be a fun little quick shot out for a night to see the game. But I think, and that's, I guess, the only time the Jets are in Edmonton this season because there are 2 games in Winnipeg towards the end of the month. I know we've got one of the other Prime Video games.
Yeah.
I think on the 29th. And then January 8th, I want to say they're back here as well. So this is a good time to be playing the Jets. I'll say that much.
Let's stick with the National Hockey League here. We'll get to the slate tonight. I'm just looking at the Hart Trophy futures odds right now. We haven't done this in a while. We talk a lot of NFL stuff, right? So Nathan McKinnon is a minus 120 favorite to win it right now. Connor McDavid is plus 255 in second place. And then it drops off to 1470 with Kaprizov, Jack Eichel's at 17-1, Bedard, Kucherov, Makar, Celebrini, Leon, Sidney Crosby. So basically, Hart Trophy right now is being viewed as a 2-horse racehorse, and kind of McKinnon's to lose with Colorado being 18-1-6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, right now, for sure, I mean, it's McKinnon's to lose, but we're 25 games into the season. I mean,
so is there value further down there that you like?
I think there might be value with McDavid.
Just at plus 255, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if the Oilers do what they always do, and that's heat up around
and get hot,
into the new year, and all of a sudden, I mean, like, how far away is he off in the scoring race?
Oh, he's right up there. Leads the league in assists. Like he's.
So that's the thing. Like if the Oilers get their act together, and even if
he's 8 points back of McKinnon right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got time for McDavid as the guy because, as I said, I do expect him. And I mean, the Avs are going to lose some games at some point. Now, there's also the possibility of guys getting hurt. I mean, they're both going to be playing big minutes at the Olympics. Like, once we get to that group below, I mean, Kaprizov, we always said Kaprizov was probably the league leader for the MVP around this time last year with the way that he started.
Yeah.
And then obviously didn't finish it. And I think that if somebody else gave a real compelling case, I think the voters would love to maybe change it up a little bit and not just be talking about Nate McKinnon and Connor McDavid. I mean, the one guy that I'll throw out there that I actually do have a future on, so maybe this is a little self-serving, but while we spend so much time talking about McKinnon, should we maybe be talking about Cale Makar as well?
Yeah, 22-1 right now.
Now, here's the thing. You have think of how hard it was for Hellebuck to win last year because there is the Vezina Trophy, and there's some voters are like, well, whatever. This is the defensemen have an award. But, I mean, if Makar's right there in scoring with those guys from the point, and the Avs are as good as they are, it might be good for McDavid because you might see people split the vote amongst the Avalanche players, to be honest. Like, it would really, frankly, it would need maybe McKinnon to get hurt for a month or so and to have them continue winning games. And while that's going on, Makar just being the offensive catalyst in McKinnon's absence. But it's probably a 2-horse race. It's probably going to be those two guys. But I
think this is that plus 255. Do you think this is the best number you see on McDavid between now and the end of the year?
I mean, probably, but I'm also expecting McDavid and the Oilers to be a lot better now.
Yeah.
Like, not wait till January to get it done. I mean, if they had another 2 really bad weeks and some other guys do things, maybe we could see it get to 3-1 or something like that. But it's Connor McDavid for the Hart Trophy. I mean, that number's never going to be really that long unless you get to the point where you're in the second half of the season and he's missed 2 months or something like that, and obviously not going to get it.
All right, 5 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Then we'll come back around to the Monday Nighter, take a look at a couple other stories from the NFL yesterday. Pittsburgh and Philly tonight. Tristan Jarry and Dan Vladar both confirmed to start in that one. Jake Allen will go for the New Jersey Devils. They're at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Merzlikins is confirmed for the Blue Jackets. Sabres will go with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen tonight. Going to be Comrie for the Jets, Huss?
That's what we expect.
Okay.
That's what we expect.
All right, and then Binnington is listed as likely for the Blues. They're at home against the first place in the Pacific, Anaheim Ducks. And then the Mammoth and the Sharks later on tonight. Askarov and Vejmelka listed but not confirmed. Neither of them confirmed at this point. Let's start with this Jets-Sabres game, Huss. What are you expecting tonight against Buffalo?
Well, I mean, like you, who I've sort of been in that similar situation where the teams won a game, has looked pretty good. You're like, all right, let's go. Let's continue on this. And I'd be lying, even though they broke the losing streak and they beat Nashville on the weekend on Saturday. You know, this doesn't feel like last year where, you know, you're going into Buffalo and you just know that they're going to win. This is a huge game for Winnipeg. I mean, this week actually for the Jets, you know, with the Buffalo today, Habs on Wednesday, Buffalo at home on Friday, and then the quick turnaround for that game at Edmonton. I mean, I think if you look at this week and you're hoping to go 3-1, you kind of got to win the.
Oh, that'd be huge, yeah.
Because that situation of turning it around, I mean, any result in Edmonton, I think would be a bonus. You know, when you have the old scheduled losses, that sort of feels like that spot. So they have to do it. Now, 2 good things happened. They got a little bit of secondary scoring. Eric Comrie was pretty good on that weekend. He, of course, knows this team. I mean, he's played there before, so he'll be ready to go. I mean, I would say that I am cautiously optimistic that they can find a way to win tonight. It's kind of funny. I mean, they're actually an underdog against Buffalo, and the Sabres, for how bad they have looked at times, they've also had some games where they've really, really done well and just beat the Wild in the, I think it was OT or a shootout on the weekend. I mean, they lost their 2 before that, but had beaten the Hurricanes. No one had been doing that lately. Put up 9 against the Blackhawks. Then a loss, and then, of course, that 5-1 win over the Oilers at home. So I guess they've won 5 of their last 8 games. That was preceded by a 5-game losing streak. But I'll tell you what, the Jets are a team that they know. I mean, most of those guys are with this team last year. I mean, they do know how to win. It's a matter of doing the things that you need to do consistently, which they haven't done well enough. And of course, you know, maybe getting a little bit of puck luck and finally seeing something go in, which it finally did on Saturday. So that's going to be the prime game tonight, 5:30 around your way. I mean, like if we're talking about betting on them, I mean, I think at almost even money, I would certainly do it. But again, this is basically, I mean, I think the odds sort of have it right. It is basically a pick 'em for this game. And maybe we have a bit better number on Winnipeg than certainly we would normally do if Hellebuck was playing and if they'd been doing, you know, better than they have been as of late.
I was just curious because I'm looking at the lines. You mentioned the Jets -101 slight dog. The Ducks are +132 dogs on the road in St. Louis tonight against the Blues. Now, second half of back-to-back and no Dostal. They said they were talking about the DGen Den today as well. But us for Ducks team that's been playing pretty well this year, seeing +132 on the road against the St. Louis Blues. Has St. Louis turned this thing around lately?
Well, no, they shut out, was it Utah?
They shut out Utah 1-0. They beat Ottawa 4-3. Prior to that, they'd lost 6 of 7. Sorry, buddy. I got 2 kids. I mean, they're funny. They're funny jokes around the house right now, man. Sorry.
Just the delivery of it was good. I will say it totally caught me off guard. Totally caught me off guard.
It pops up around the house like a million times a day, buddy. I can say it any way you wanted me to say it. Elizabeth. So Elizabeth said she was at home sick today, but we left some iPads for her. And so she could like text us. And the one text she sent me, I read it on the morning show today, but it's let's see here. Yeah, she goes, "Hi, it's Muzz. How are you?" I said, "Doing good. Home soon. How are you?" And she just goes, "See you soon." And then she just types 6-7. So it's just like it's the same thing.
Imagine being an elementary teacher right now.
Oh, well, yeah, Tam teaches kindergarten. Now, kindergartners probably aren't smart enough to be on it regularly, but like we were at a hockey rink, well, one of the rinks we were at over the weekend, and the dressing room next to our kids' teams, they have like their thing outside, their team name, and it was the White Mud 67ers or something, like the 6-7ers or something like that. And I was like, God, like you named your team all year. You're going to be called, oh, we're playing the 6-7ers. Like as a coach, somebody's got to step in and be like, no, we're not calling ourselves the 6-7ers. And it wasn't even the 67s. It was the 6-7ers. And I mean, usually those things go to a team vote. And as a coach, I would have just rigged that shit because there's no way I'm allowing our team to be saying that the entire year. Like,
yeah, the
Casino Dealer Jay's in the chat and says, "That's my son's team." Sorry, Casino Dealer Jay. Great team name, buddy. Great team name. Actually, I think we'll play you guys at some point, won't we? I think we might. I think we're in the same tier. Northside Sandwich says, "My kindergarten daughter does not know what 6-7 is." All right, so keep it that way. Like even Marshall, when it first came out, he was like, "Oh, Daddy, this is so stupid." And now he's around the house being like, 6. I'm like, oh God. Yeah.
The funniest thing is,
it's crazy.
It doesn't mean anything. Like it's But now we're seeing a bunch of like old people like mix it into jokes and stuff like that. And at that point, you think the kids would realize, guys, it's time to pump the brakes on this because now your humor is getting co-opted by grandparents and politicians and things like that. And it's it's an absolute disaster. The choice was either the 6-7ers or the bananas. So again,
oh God, we went with snipers. We are the White Mud Snipers.
That's a great name.
And I tried to AI a logo that I might be able to bring it up. I like AI'd. I was like, okay, the team's name is White Mud. The colors are blue. I want a hockey player that is like Timo Solanning, like shooting like he's like a stick, but like it's a gun. And all it did was give me like a hockey player holding like a rifle.
A machine gun.
I was like, I can't. I don't think I can. We can't use that.
Go over too well.
That wasn't going to get approved for the team merch. Yeah, like here it is. If you see, it's like a gun, but with the blade on it.
Yeah, he's a full sniper. Like he's
So we didn't use that one. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, what do you like tonight, Huss? Let's maybe a 2-gamer or something.
Listen, I think I can get into the Ducks at plus 133. Dan Vladar has been unreal this year, and Philly has kind of quietly become at least better than I expected right now. They're 7 games above 500. They won 5 of their last 6.
Well, and there's 6 games above 500 with Vladar in it. He's 10-4-1.
He's been the guy. He has been the guy right now. Let's just check in on the Pittsburgh Penguins with that great start. They got pumped by the Leafs on the weekend. They beat Columbus and Buffalo before that. Lost to the Wild. To me, this is sort of Pittsburgh now coming back to where we thought that they would be, which is one of the lower tier teams. Philly's on a bit of a heater.
Yeah, they've won 5 of 6.
Like, I think I could get behind Philly for tonight. And you know what else is interesting? The Devils just lost at home to Philly. That was their first loss at home all season. In regulation, they had one.
Oh yeah, they're 9-1-1 at home.
They're 9-1-1. So, with Columbus coming in, I actually don't mind Jersey and Philly. I mean, if we went Jersey and Philly along with the Ducks, it's plus 570.
It's plus 567 before a boost. So that's 567. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. We got to go with it, buddy.
You're right. I think we've got to do it.
All right, I'll send that over then. Okay, Huss, I want to go back because remember we were sitting there on Friday doing our picks, and I was like, well, I was considering the Rams, but you fully convinced me on the Seahawks in the Sam Darnold revenge game against the Vikings. So well done, great play, kept me off the Rams, got me on the Seahawks. Meanwhile, imagine being a Vikings fan right now, buddy. J.J. McCarthy's supposed to be the guy. He's not good. He's been banged up anyway. They go to this poor Bosmer who threw one ball Cornelius style with the wrong hand, throws 4 interceptions in that football game, and you get shut out by Sam Darnold's new. I can't imagine Minnesota sports talk radio this morning. It must have been an absolute nightmare.
Oh, our buddy PA, Paul Allen, the incredible voice of the Vikings.
Yes. Doing
his 9 to 12 show would have been much more low energy than normal. I mean, it's a miserable lost season for the team. Especially with now JJ McCarthy being knocked out and not even able to play. It's one thing to take your lumps, but at least you want your young quarterback to be progressing and learning some lessons and whatnot, and then to watch the guy that you let go, you let walk, continue to play at such a high level. His record right now, Dusty, in the last 2 seasons is 23-6.
Really?
Well, they're 9-3 this year, and they were 14-3 last year.
Oh man!
He's been so good. Funny thing is, he basically didn't have to do anything in that game, and I thought the Vikings, for a game that ends up 26-0, this is going to sound a little dumb, but their defense was actually really good. Darnold early on was not having a lot of success. I'm just going to pull up what he only passed for 128 yards. I was all in, that was a good JSN night. JSN did nothing yesterday. 2 catches for 23 yards. They kicked a bunch
He and Justin Jefferson combined for 0 yards in the first half. Which is kind of expected for Justin Jefferson at this point with how that quarterback situation's gone. But for JSN, that's unheard of. That's crazy.
The Max Brosmer, I heard he ended up, if you started him, say you were screwed for quarterback.
Oh no, how many points did he minus?
Minus 10. All time.
Oh, that's got to be the worst fantasy QB game in years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine being in such a jam. You had to start Max Brosmer. Not even in super flex leagues, which you've been starting that guy.
I'm just looking to see if he had any fumbles. No, he didn't have any fumbles. So he had the 4 picks.
And minus 20 rushing yards or something like that?
He had minus 1. So you basically did nothing. So I guess it depends on your scoring. I mean, if you have if it's minus 3 for interceptions, then yeah, I guess it would have been minus 10. But he had 126 yards passing, 4 to the other team. I will say this though, that ridiculous play that you've seen over and over again of the return for the touchdown.
Yeah,
that's totally on Kevin O'Connell. And I love KOC. I think he's one of the brightest coaches in the league. But at that point in the game, the defense was holding them in. It was 3-0 for Seattle. It was a 4th and 1. So Mike McDonald's bringing the house on the young quarterback. He realizes it's 4th down. Would you do that on 2nd or 3rd? Probably not. But it's 4th down. You're turning the ball over anyways.
Yeah.
And you're getting killed. You chuck it up and disaster happens. They just kicked the field goal. It's 3-3. Let your defense keep doing what you're doing. I think they would have had a closer game. I mean, as someone that wanted Seattle to cover, I thought it was the best thing ever. But from a Vikings perspective, I thought that was a real tough look. But yeah, I mean, there was a few good picks yesterday. The Seattle one, the Houston one. I mean, Cleveland was in that game, and then they weren't. And the toughest one to take, though, was the Saints backdoor cover on the Dolphins. Dolphins were up 16-0, running away with it.
Cruising.
And, I mean, you can't let Tyler Shuck run up on you the entire day. Just as an aside, were you following the Lane Kiffin stuff all week? There's nothing like that.
I was following it from afar, kind of on Twitter. We dove into it a little bit on our show today, but I mean, it sort of peaked with the people at the airport giving his plane the middle finger as he left town.
People were screaming. There was like 250 Ole Miss fans, like just doing the F you, traitor. Well, the funny thing is, one of the guys in their media was talking about Lane Kiffin and used the term from one of the rap songs. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Okay.
And he like came at him big time. Like, how could you say that? Whatever. And then everyone's like, Lane, I mean, what are you talking about? Think of your entire history. And then sure enough, he goes and does that. And then everyone's supposed to so now there's all these hose shirts with Lane on them. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be great for the rivalry. Old Miss. I just feel bad. Like, and I don't know how you do it in college football, but you know, you've got all these kids or young men that have been busting their ass all year long. They get to the point where they're a top-ranked team. They will be in the college football playoff. And then your head coach and the entire offensive crew like leaves right before.
They got to change that, don't they? Like, they got to do something about that. Like,
well, it would be good that, you know, timing, you can't sign with a new team until your team has finished the season.
Well, look at soccer transfers. Like, people know that their guys are leaving, but they play it out, right? Like,
well, Kiffin wanted to coach.
Yeah, I saw he put out his big letter on.
Oh
on
yeah,
social media.
I mean, his PR. He said, "Oh, they're not letting me do this." But in a point of the NCAA where you're leaving to one of their biggest rivals, like you want to go in and have some more success, and then January 1, guys, don't forget that NCAA transfer portal number. If you're interested, let me know. I mean, they'll basically can work on recruiting those guys for the next little while. So, you know, if you move on without it, it just really sucks because that team had an amazing season. I believe maybe one of their best ever. And they're going to be right in the mix there for the Natty, but probably at a big disadvantage because they're not going to have the guy that was in a lot of ways the architect of it all.
Huss, what do you like of this Monday nighter? Patriots are 7-point favorites at home against the Giants. That line really hasn't moved much lately. Minus 345 on the money line. Totals at 46.5.
I think it's a really nice spot for Travion Henderson. What are his rushing prompts?
Yeah, I threw him on our first parlay of the day, the EST special. I made it Patriots to win, Henderson touchdown, and Wan'Dale Robinson 4+ receptions. We've got that sitting over on the specials page at plus 185 right now.
What's the rushing over under for Henderson? On 65 yards.
Give me 1 sec. Anytime touchdown, receiving yards, rushing yards. Where is he? That's receiving touchdowns. Here's rushing yards. 64.5.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in on the over on that. Let's look at Drake May here. I'm interested in Drake May's rushing totals in games. Like, first of all, like, what do we think about this game? Like, I kind of think this is a... Now, Dart is coming back, which is good for the Giants. So
mind you, I want more Jameis. I always just want more Jameis.
Well, for sure.
That's the sick life I live. But Dart's entertaining to watch, too. He just doesn't have the craziness that Jameis Winston's going to bring to the table.
No, this is interesting. So the last 4 games against kind of bad teams, Atlanta, Tampa, the Jets, and Cincinnati, Dart has run for 20, 13, 2, and 22 yards. And his total...
Are you saying May? Drake May. I think you said Dart.
Drake May. Sorry, I said Dart. Drake May is the guy I'm talking about, yeah. like under 23.5 for May in a game that they probably, because again, when it comes down to it, these quarterbacks on good teams are running when they have to.
Yeah.
Like Mahomes gets probably 90% of his yards on third downs, 4 first downs when they need it. So I don't know. I mean, that is something I would consider, the under 23.5 on Drake May, just because I'm not sure he'll be forced to do it. I don't think they're going to be calling any designed runs. I think they'll do everything they can just to keep him upright and out of danger.
Like the only 2 games in his last 6 that he's gone over, Cleveland's defense, which would have had him on the run a little bit, and then he did rush for 62 against Tennessee, but
as far
the
as
last few games he's only had 4 carries and 5 carries against kind of equally bad teams. So yeah, Drake May under is interesting, but over on TreVeyon Henderson, you like that?
Over on TreVeyon Henderson, and I'm with you on the touchdown too. I mean, I think that's a nice little combo. And anytime TD, TreVeyon Henderson at 64.5. What's the game? This is in Foxborough on Monday night. Even though there's been a lot of upsets so far this week, I think I do like the Pats.
Yeah.
And the Jackson Dart's number is 28.5 for rushing yards. For some reason, just off the top of my head, that seems low for him. But I do wonder, with Dayball gone now, whether he ends up in a kind of more conservative.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's gone over 55 times this year.
Yeah, I mean, he normally just goes crazy, and he gets a touchdown every game. His last 5 games that he's played, 1 touchdown rushing in 4, and he had 2 the week before, 2 in his last game against Chicago.
You want to go Jackson Dart rushing touchdown?
Jackson Dart rushing touchdown.
Plus 184 is what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think maybe because I think they'll do it in and around the goal line.
Yeah.
More likely because again, you probably don't want him to be getting hit as much as he has been.
Yeah.
But that's the place that you're going to take the chance because, I mean, obviously
less contact and that's like heavy contact.
Well, hopefully you get in. Hopefully you get in and, you're not getting tackled, right? He's got.
Or we just we just load up on the Patriots side, just throw the Henderson TD in there with Drake May on the under and Henderson over. Because you can play the other touchdown standalone if you want on the Jackson Dart, right? Plus 182.
What? Yeah. What's the Dart? What's the Dart passing number?
Pass completions 18.5.
His passing yards is only 204.5.
He's only gone over that number twice all year, though.
I think he probably does, though, tonight. I
think he has to?
I just think that they're probably going to rely on his legs less, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're down a lot, and the Patriots are more than happy with giving up, like, the stuff underneath.
Yeah, maybe there's 30, 40 yards there in a couple of drives when they're not really locked in. Well, let's keep the other one like we said. But, yeah, there's a couple of other standalone plays there you can look at. The Henderson or the Dart rushing TD, Dart over on the passing yards. What's coming up in WST, Huss?
Well, we're going to really be diving into this hockey game tonight. And Mike McIntyre, who is in Buffalo, sat down with Chevy on the weekend.
Okay.
Had an extensive interview with him. So we'll talk about the 2 games on the weekend. We'll get ready for tonight's puck drop at 6:30. Thomas Hickey from Prime Video is going to join us. He's in between the benches tonight. Mike McIntyre on his conversation, his half hour with Kevin Cheveldayoff. And then Joe Yerdon on the Sabres as well. A bit of an NFL wrap up and more.
All right, buddy. Good stuff today. And I don't know if I'll be in the basement tomorrow or back at the office, but I will chat with you tomorrow on the Lock Shop.
I obviously I was doing that interview, so I got in here a bit late. What is the circumstances around you being in the basement today? This is like
just the Muzz is sick.
Shop.
Yeah, she's upstairs right now watching a movie. So she's only 8. So Marshall stayed home from school an hour to look after her because he's taking his home alone course. And then when I got home, I drove him to school and then I took over. So she's not like super sick, but she's sick enough that we didn't want her to go to school. So she gets to chill, watch TV. I don't know if she's watching Price is Right upstairs like I used to do back in the day, but she's watching shows right now. She's loving it up there.
Yes, they had an introduction to your first Showcase Showdown. You'll never
nothing like it. Nothing like it, buddy. All right, man. We'll chat with you tomorrow, dude.
Later.
See you later. There you go. That is Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. And I don't know if any of the boys are back in the studio, which is why the question mark popped up. Hopefully, there we are. All right, so I threw a couple things over. Let's see. We've got, they're moving pretty quick on things. Oh, I think Glue Guy is getting in the mix here, too. So we've got a bunch that'll be popping up. Nobody populates a betting page better than Edmonton Sports Talk. We've got Patriots to win, Henderson anytime TD, Wandale Robinson 4+ catches, plus 185. Our Lock Shop NHL partner parlay is already up. Flyers on the money line. Vladar starts. He's 10-4-1 on the year. Good rivalry game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Philly's been playing well as of late. New Jersey Devils just coming off that first loss at home in regulation on the year. They're on the money line, and then the Anaheim Ducks, that bumped the number up. We got a bump from, I think what did I say? It was 5, 6, 7. We got it bumped up to just 6. So it's 6-1. So if you want that, that is on the EST specials page as well. And then we'll have that football parlay coming. That'll be Henderson over 64.5 rush yards. Drake May under, and try to get up to 22.5, and we'll take the under. And then Henderson anytime touchdown as well. So big, we need that Henderson touchdown tonight to keep a few different things alive. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done. We've got Oil Stream coming up next. Tom Gazzola and Reed Wilkins will have everything on that Oilers win and set up obviously a big important 5-game homestand as well. Mark Killam, head coach of the Double E, he's going to be in studio on the Reed Wilkins show today from 4 until 5, and he's great. So you should check that out as well. That is going to do it for the Lock Shop today. It was nice being back in the basement, man. Gave you a little tour and stuff. Maybe if I'm back tomorrow, I'll take you out to the main basement area and show you everything else. But yeah, Duck Dad says EST Sports appears reloaded. All right, so use the code EST Sports. Just reloaded here on December 1st. Deposit 50, get a $50 free bet as well. Oil Stream is coming up next. For us, I'm Dusty. Thank you very much for joining us in the Lock Shop today. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight. Enjoy that Monday nighter. We'll be breaking that down, setting up the Oilers game tomorrow morning on the Nielsen Show at 6 o'clock. And thank you very much for joining us. Take it easy.